What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. All right, check this out. So, yesterday I didn't make any videos, but I was pretty active on YouTube. I was replying to a lot of comments, spoke with you guys back and forth, right? And one of the things I realized is listen, if you've been like me and you've been attacking the Series S, we gotta let this thing breathe. Okay, we gotta let this thing breathe. This is what I realized, man. Because you gotta be in every situation, you gotta be humble. Okay, there's enough people that got the Xbox Series S that have more technical knowledge than I do, that are still believing in the system. Okay, so I would be foolish not to listen to someone that has more knowledge than me, regardless of how much common sense something makes, right? So here's the deal. For all of us that are looking at the Series S, and I know there's a lot of us, and we don't understand it, right? We're like, this thing doesn't make sense. Okay. Some of you might have technical knowledge and might actually still believe that this thing is not worth it. If that's the case, leave a comment. But for the most part, everyone I see that doesn't truly believe in this thing are people that don't really have that full technical knowledge, me included. I admit, I'm looking at this thing from a common sense perspective, and apparently I'm listening to the comments that doesn't work. Everybody's telling me, Doc, you got to give this thing time. Doc, the developers don't know what they're doing. Doc, if Gears of War 5 can run at 120 frames, why can't these other games? And these are all good points. People are telling me, Doc, it doesn't have the same amount of RAM. So Doc, give it time. Doc, give it time. Doc, I'm getting Doc, shut up. Doc, you know what you're talking about. Doc, stop making videos. Like we getting from nice comments all the way to little digs. We're getting everything, right? But at the end of the day, I have to take a step back and look at it from a humble perspective and realize that I don't know everything. And if there's enough people saying that it's gonna be okay, that these are just anomalies, they're just a few games that are running this way, then okay, let's wait and see, right? Because here's the deal. If you purchased if you pre-ordered the Xbox Series S instead of the Xbox Series X, I am going to assume that you understood that $300 versus $500 means there's going to be a difference in performance. Whatever that difference is, right? Whether it's 4K to 1440p, or whether it's 60 frames to 30 frames, whether it's 1080p to 900p, doesn't matter. You assumed, hopefully, that buying a $300 system versus a $500 system was not going to get you the same results. But the promise that Microsoft gave you was you were still going to be able to play next generation games, which is the case. You're still going to be able to play next generation games on this Xbox Series S. So these people that purchased the Xbox Series S, if you purchased it and that was your main goal, was to play next generation games, then who am I to talk trash about the Xbox Series S? You bought it for what you wanted it to do. You're still going to be able to play on Game Pass. You're still going to be able to get next generation games. And you're still going to be able to play everything that I'm going to play. And you only paid $300 for the system. I mean, that's pretty. Some would argue that you're winning. I'll even give you something else, Xbox Series S fans. Okay, I know in my comments I'm be like, Doc, you're always flipping and flopping. You always flip. Doesn't matter. Listen, this is part of growth. Got a confession to make. Right now, this very moment, what's today? October what? 28th? I don't have a 4K TV. I don't have a 4K monitor. I don't have a 120 hertz TV. I don't have a 120 hertz monitor. My laptops have 144 hertz panels, but I'm not going to connect my Xbox Series X to this thing. So in reality, if I want the full potential of the Xbox Series X, the full potential, I should probably invest in a 4K monitor and a high 4K refresh rate TV. So you could argue that if you're in my situation, meaning you have a 1080p TV at 60 hertz, the Series S makes more sense. So to all you Series S fans, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to let this thing breathe. I'm not going to panic when I see news about it not performing well, whatever, because as long as the game is running, that's what you signed up for. That's what you signed up for. And you understand that it's going to take time for developers to figure out how to fully use the Xbox Series S. Okay. You win, dog. Everybody else, let the Xbox Series S breathe, especially if you didn't get one, and we'll see what happens. Doc Dog 185, yo, there's levels to this. Oh, there's levels. And if you dropped $300, but you understand that you're not going to get the same performance as $500, who am I to say anything about it? We out. Peace.